Hello there. My name is Maya Kalikihana. I'm from Hawaii. At least this weekend I am. I'm doing a skit for the clubhouse, and I need you to be my audience, just in case they don't take a video of my skit and the actors. They asked me to do this, and I didn't know that I would have to be writer, producer, director, costume designer, and actor. Not that I mind, because, I like to have fun. So, I'm going to do my skit for you now, and I hope you like it. It opens up with someone really messing up my name bad. And I will tell you, when I'm done, a little bit about the rest of the story that I can't tell you today. Okay, here we go. Aloha! Aloha, everyone. My name is Maya Kalikihana. Not what he said. No, not what he said. All wrong, all wrong. Maya Kalikihana. And I am from Hawaii, Molokai, Hawaii. And I would like to thank all of you for having me here today at your beautiful clubhouse on the mainland. And you're having a luau, just like in Hawaii. How wonderful. Well, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're all thinking. You're thinking, she doesn't look Hawaiian. But I am. You see, I look like my mother. She was from Paris, France. Ooh la la. That's right. Maya Kalikihana has a love story for you. That's true. Follow me and you will see how dreams come true. Ladies and gentlemen, for your entertainment pleasure, this is my story, my love story, just for you. I am from Molokai, a small Hawaiian island, steeped in tradition and unspoiled beauty. It is only 38 by 10 miles long. Yes, we do not have tall buildings in Molokai. No, we do have palm trees, trade winds, tropical flowers, tropical birds. We have groves of sweet pineapple. We have sugar cane. We have macadamia nuts. We have cocoa nuts. We have two-legged nuts. They're called happy Hawaiians. I'm one of those. And we're surrounded by a beautiful blue sea. It's beautiful in paradise. And that is where my mother met my father. She was vacationing there with her friends when they were invited to a grand luau, a big feast like no other. All of the island people would be there. Oh, it was going to be so exciting. You see, my father was being given the title of Big Kahuna. This is a very important title because it is handed down from generation to generation. Oh, what an evening it would be. Well, on the evening of the big luau, there was a full moon. There was the palm trees were swaying in the tropical breeze. There were Hawaiian dancers, traditional Hawaiian dancers. There were flamethrowers. There was music. There was a traditional Hawaiian feast being prepared. Oh, it was so grand. Well, after the ceremony, my father glanced over the crowd of well-wishers. And they were clapping, they were waving, they were cheering, they were holding signs. And they were yelling, Big Kahuna, Big Kahuna, Big Kahuna. Oh, my father never ever felt such joy. He thought he could never be this happy ever again. At least that's the happiest he's ever been. He couldn't imagine anymore. And he was smiling and he was beaming. And then, there on the hill in the moonlight, he saw my mother. Oh, what a vision. Her long blonde hair just blowing in the breeze. Her beautiful dazzling smile. Her white silk dress gleaming, beaming from the moonlight like tiny little stars. He thought he'd seen an angel. Well, the island people started talking. What is Big Kahuna looking at? What? There on the hill, there's a woman. What's Big Kahuna doing? Big Kahuna was walking towards the crowd. The music stopped. The Hawaiian dancers stopped dancing. The flamethrowers stopped throwing. Silence it was. And as he came through the crowd, they parted like the Red Sea. He heard nothing. He saw no one. He could only see my mother, there on the hill in the moonlight. Oh. As he approached my mother, she also noticed what a striking man he was. He was tall. He had black, wavy hair. He had bronze skin. And he was so muscular. He looked like those Roman statues she had seen, all chiseled out. She was so taken by him. Well, as their eyes met, their hearts beat faster than the festive drums. No one said anything. It was still silent. My father was speechless. But not my mother. She looked up at my father, and she said in her native tongue, "Toujours l'amour." Well, this means I'll love you forever. My father knew right there, right then, that he had to lay her. And as he put those beautiful tropical flowers around her neck, he knew that he could never let her leave Molokai. They fell in love at first sight. And why not? After all, he was the Big Kahuna, and she was, shall we say, ooh la la. Well, he then took her hand in his hand and walked towards the people. He put her hand over his heart, and in Hawaiian, this means you're taken, you're in love. The island people started singing. They started playing music. The dancers started dancing. The flamethrowers started throwing. And like a big wave, they were yelling, "Big Kahuna, Big Kahuna, Big Kahuna!" You see, they were so fortunate to have been there, not only to see him being given the title of Big Kahuna, but to fall in love. Oh, my goodness. Well, this story spread through all the Hawaiian Islands, even the big island of Honolulu. Yes. And then they would have reenactments. Lots of tourists came to Molokai. And someone was heard saying, "Oh, this isn't true. They make this up for tourism." A love story like that. And the island people were standing there. And they said, "No, this is true. We were here. We know this is true." And after all, who could possibly have such an imagination to make this up? Well, soon after, my father and mother were married. And he laid her through the years many more times. Yes, it didn't have to be a special occasion to get such a beautiful gift. No, he said it was his pleasure to please her. Wow. Lately, though, my mother did say she wished she had taken a picture of being laid because now it's just a distant memory. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have 3 sisters. I have Mia, I have Tia, and I have Lele. They all look like my father in many ways. He calls them his special girls. Not that I mind. Oh, no. I don't mind at all. Really, I don't. You see, I like being different. It's okay. It's fine by me. Well, anyway, Mia and Tia are my sisters from my mother and my father. And Lele is another sister from another mother with my father. Did I say that too fast? Okay. Lele is another sister from another mother with my father. Still too fast. Oh, I'll slow it down. Lele is another sister from another mother with my father. Oh, now you get it. He laid her mother twice. That's where she got her name. Big Kahuna wasn't always a good boy. We girls asked him, we said, why did you stray? And you know what he said? He said, well, girls, being married is like the sea of love. The tide comes in, the tide goes out. The tide was out the day that I met Lele's mother. Ha! A typical man, wouldn't you say? Even in Hawaii. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to tell you that they're here with me today. Would you like to meet them? Well, for your entertainment pleasure, please put your hands together for my sisters, Mia, Tia, and Lele. Yay! Well, that's about the gist of my little skit. It's going to be quite funny because my sisters are all men dressed up like Hawaiian girls. Oh, so funny. And I'm doing this, like I said, in case nobody takes a video of pictures. But my sisters... Now, Lele is the one that you have to look at, especially. She is a little bit different, but pretty. Yes, they're going to be coming out and doing the hula. I taught them how to do the hula. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hula hula hands. Malakalikiana. Anyway, it's going to be funny. Then I got some men coming out of the audience. I'm going to ask for men if they would like to take part in this skit. Yes. So then they'll come up. Then at the end, I have some jokes. I tell them that the audience would like to ask my sisters some questions. And so Tia, I heard that that was your first plane ride from Hawaii. Is this true? Tia says, yes. Oh, didn't you like it? Was something wrong? I didn't like it. Well, why didn't you like it? Because the captain asked me out. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with the captain asking you out? When I got on board and tried to put those beautiful flowers around his neck, he said, get out! I guess he doesn't like flowers. That's joke number 1. Joke number 2. Mia, I heard you're looking for a husband while you're here on the mainland. Is that true? Yes, that's true. But what are his qualifications? Does he have to be rich? No. Good looking? No. Does he have to know how to cook or travel or... Oh, does he have to be good in bed? No, none of that. Well, what would qualify him to be a good husband for you? She says, a driver's license. See, when you're older, a lot of people can't drive anymore. Okay, the third guy, this Lele. Lele, I heard your father left the beautiful